Now, why does hip-hop hate Cardi B? So, Cardi B, everyone and their mama is talking about Cardi B right now. She has a song called Bodak Yellow that's been taken off recently and it went #1 on the Billboard charts. And Cardi B went from being a stripper to being on Love and Hip Hop to now having a solid career as a rap artist. But we all know that as an entertainer and public figure like Cardi B, no matter how much love you get, you're always gonna get hate from people. So in this video, I'm gonna look at 3 common reasons as to why someone like Cardi B gets hated on. So let's start with reason number 1. Cardi B is a one-hit wonder. Now, is this true? So let's look at it. So the fact is that Cardi B only has one song that's been on the Billboard charts and one song that's been really successful mainstream wise. And that song is of course Bodak Yellow. Now, Bodak Yellow had 15 million video views on July 25th, and that was 1 month after the music video was released here on YouTube. And today the video has over 200 million views. But compare that to some of her other songs like Pull Up, which has 6 million views, or Lick featuring Offset from Migos, which has 23 million views, or Red Bars, which I personally think is her best song, and that has 30 million views. It's really easy to draw a line here when it comes to the amount of attention Bodak Yellow has gotten, and that has completely overshadowed all of her other songs. People might not be interested in her actual music apart from Bodak Yellow, because keep in mind, Cardi B hasn't really been around for that long in the music business, so her face is really not that familiar, and the people who do actually know about Cardi B, well, everybody doesn't really know about Cardi B for specifically her music. A lot of people know about Cardi B for her social media antics, and therefore people might not really take her serious and might just dismiss her as a one-hit wonder rapper. I think it's too early to make the statement that Cardi B is just a one-hit wonder rapper, because keep in mind, Cardi B is so hot right now that even the people who hate her guts are going around singing Bodak Yellow. Yes, I'm talking about you, Azealia Banks. So the amount of hype and buzz Cardi B actually has is really insane if you think about it. But Cardi B really went from a hoe never gets cold to having an actual rap career.
It's cold outside, but I'm still looking like a thotty because a hoe never gets cold.
And earlier this year, Cardi B spoke about the backlash she received from becoming a rapper, because keep in mind, from Love and Hip Hop to actual hip hop, that's a big accomplishment. A lot of people saw Cardi B as straight up a joke when she did start rapping, but of course, Cardi B checked the people who were making fun of her with passion.
A lot of y'all men, I be getting a lot of backlashes and fucked up backlashes, and it be from y'all niggas, especially because I used to be a stripper. Okay, I used to be a stripper. I needed a job that's gonna feed me. Your fucking favorite rapper used to fucking work in places like McDonald's, my nigga. At least everything that I rapped about is real life shit. I always been a staticky bitch, and I always been a bitch that got it popping. Your favorite rapper is not like that. Your favorite rapper is not a gangster. Your favorite rapper rap about selling drugs that he never even touched before. So what is y'all talking about? Just because I used to be a stripper does not mean that I'm not fucking talented, my nigga. I sit down, I write my shit, and I take my time in the studio, and everything I rap about is real life shit. I don't lie about the shit that I have or the shit that I did. I always been like that. Y'all niggas always bashing women down. Fuck out of here. We gave birth to y'all niggas. We made y'all niggas. So respect my shit and go listen to my motherfucking mixtape if you're not motherfucking aware about my motherfucking talent.
But it's extremely hard to give a definitive answer about if Cardi B really is a one-hit wonder, because keep in mind, her career is just starting and she hasn't really dropped an album yet, and a lot of people are anticipating her album because now she has, of course, a lot of fans who are gonna support her music. But at the same time, a lot of people are anticipating her album because they want to see if she's going to flop. Because if Cardi B's album does flop, you already know what people are gonna say. Cardi B is a one-hit wonder. Now let's move on to the next reason, and that is she stole Kodak Black's flow on Bodak Yellow. Now when Cardi B was talking about Bodak Yellow and No Flockin' in an interview, she said in the interview that the flow on Bodak Yellow reminds you of Kodak Black's song No Flockin'.
So you're dropping a new single.
Yes.
What is it called?
It's called Bodak Yellow.
What does that mean?
I named it Bodak Yellow because the flow of the song, it will remind you of a song that Kodak Black did called No Flocking. I call it Bodak Yellow, you know, because Bodak, my name started with a B, you know what I'm saying? And yellow because I'm a yellow bitch.
And keep in mind, remind is the key word here. And with that being said, we can pretty much say with 100% conviction that Cardi B is leaning towards the side that she didn't really steal the flow, but she was rather inspired. Now, is this really true though? So I thought since we're talking about this, let's just compare both of the songs in this video. And I'm gonna compare both of the songs side by side and really go in depth here. And I want you to decide, is Cardi B inspired or did she completely steal Kodak's flow? Let's get started. Now, No Flockin' by Kodak Black doesn't have a hook in the song, so Kodak Black is basically rapping straight through the entire song without a single hook, but the hook on Bodak Yellow is actually 100% identical to the flow Kodak Black is using on his song. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna play the instrumental of No Flockin' by Kodak Black, and I'm gonna put the lyrics from Bodak Yellow's hook on the screen, and I want you to rap the lyrics with the beat. Now, of course, if you can't do it out loud because you're in a public place or someone is around you and you don't want to sound like a dumbass, I totally understand. At least try to rap the lyrics inside your head, or maybe try to whisper the lyrics. But the point I want you to see here is that the flow Cardi B uses in Bodak Yellow isn't really just inspired, but it's actually identical. So I'm gonna play the instrumental right now and put the lyrics on the screen in front of you, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary. Now, notice how it's extremely easy to flow with Cardi's lyrics on Kodak's instrumental. So 45 seconds into No Flockin' by Kodak Black, that's when the similarities of the flows really shine, apart from the hook of course, because we've made it clear that the hook is nothing but copied by playing Kodak's instrumental and rapping Cardi B's own lyrics over it. So I'm gonna play the exact moments that I'm talking about in both of the songs, and I want you to pay close attention to the similarities of the flows. I'll play them right now and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
Project baby, y'all was skipping in the hallway, I was skipping school. All my P's and Q's on them chiggers call me Chiggaboo. Bleeding concrete, bet you niggas won't come across the street. Pardon me, I don't talk to you, so don't you talk to me.
Honestly, don't give a fuck about who in front of me. Dropped 2 mixtapes in 6 months. What bitch working as hard as me? I don't bother with these hoes. Don't let these hoes bother me. They see pictures, they say goals. Bitch, I'm who they tryna be.
So let's analyze Kodak Black's flow and No Flockin' and what makes it so unique. If we read the lyrics from No Flockin' and keep the song in mind, you'll realize that what Kodak is really doing here is stretching out the beginning of his lines and the end of them. So let me give you an example in the song to make it more clear what I mean. So for example, look at when Kodak says, Project baby, y'all was skipping in the hallway, I was skipping school. All my P's and Q's on them jiggers call me Jigaboo. Bleeding concrete, bet you won't come cross the street. Pardon me, I don't talk to you, so don't you talk to me. Now, I was really emphasizing the pardon me and talk to me, so you know exactly what I mean when I say that he was stretching out the beginning of his lines and the end of them. And the whole stretching out the words tactic really makes it easier to flow on the song, because you don't really have to rap as fast and you can adapt to the instrumental you're rapping on much easier. If you're a rapper, definitely try that out. And basically what Cardi B is doing is the exact same thing, and the rhyme scheme is just identical. So for example, when she says, honestly, don't give a about who ain't fond of me, dropped 2 mixtapes in 6 months, what is working hard as me. I don't bother with these hoes, don't let these hoes bother me. They see pictures, they say goals, I'm who they tryna be. So compare that to Kodak's part on his song, and then add the verse from Cardi B that I was just talking about, and then add the hook from Bodak Yellow. So I want you to look at the placement of the words in Cardi B's song, and you'll see that it is identical to Kodak's flow. And keep in mind that just the hook from Bodak Yellow is exactly 30 seconds long, and it it appears 3 times on the song, which is 1 minute and 30 seconds of stolen flows, and that's a big portion of the song. It's clear as day that Cardi B most likely studied No Flockin' by Kodak Black, since this is not something that's gonna come naturally. I mean, both of the flows are too identical to not be completely studied. And of course, we know who was the originator of the flow, since Kodak Black's song dropped 3 years ago and Cardi B's Bodak Yellow dropped a couple months ago. But other than that, she really doesn't copy the entire song. She does copy most of the important parts, which is the hook in the beginning of her first verse, and the tactic of stretching out the words to create that identical flow to Kodak Black song is what really makes a lot of what Cardi B's rapping on Bodak Yellow pretty much a copy of No Flockin' by Kodak Black. And I gotta mention this video right here where Cardi B even admitted to stealing the flow straight up. Just watch this.
That's October 11, and for anybody that be telling me, oh bitch, you copy Kodak flow, you copy this and that flow, so what, bitch? So what? I'ma sound like all your favorite rappers, I'ma take all their flows, and I'ma body it, bitch. One day I'ma sound like Kodak, the next day I'ma sound like Meek Mill, the next day I'ma sound like Migos, I don't give a fuck.
But let's move on to the last reason, and that is Cardi B is trash. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if you really compare a lot of the tracks on her mixtapes to a song like Bodak Yellow, you'll realize that the rest of her music is really average and bad. I've noticed that for some reason, Cardi B's voice sounds really awkward on her tracks. Now, I don't know if it's just me who don't really just like her rap voice, because to be honest, if a rapper really doesn't have a pleasing voice to listen to, I'm the type of person who won't listen to an artist's music because of it. But maybe you're different. But lyrically, Cardi B touches a lot on the fact that she was a stripper, but now she's living another life that allows her to not keep on stripping. She also talks a lot about being that and coming out the gutter. But lyrically, Cardi B really isn't anything special. A lot of her bars are really basic, but I have to give her credit for her song Red Bars because that's a banger. But Cardi B is just not consistent enough when it comes to her music, and that's really obvious considering none of her other songs even touch the Billboard charts except for Bodak Yellow. Now, I'm not saying that every single song needs to be a smash hit, but you can really see the contrast between the success of Bodak Yellow and her other songs. I've noticed that most people can't even name 5 Cardi B songs because the only one they know is Bodak Yellow. But of course, Cardi B is in the beginning of her rapping career, so we might want to give her some more time and see what she's gonna produce in the future. And she hasn't even dropped her debut album, so that's gonna be exciting to see how it turns out, because that's when the truth really comes out. Is Cardi B a one-hit wonder? And does she have the support of the people? But all in all, is Cardi B trash? I really don't think she is. Although she's not an artist who's bringing anything new to the table, she's rather taking from the table, aka stealing Kodak's flow. I just don't think she's that bad enough to be considered a trash artist. And although a lot of her lyrics really aren't that mind-blowing or special in any way, from time to time I do really hear some potential in Cardi B, and I do think that she is going to get better. But what do you think about the reasons I talked about in this video? Do you think that Cardi B is a one-hit wonder? Do you think that Cardi B is trash? And lastly, what do you think about her actually stealing Kodak Black's flow from his song No Flockin'? Let me know in the comment section below and let's have a discussion about this. But as always, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. This channel is all about bringing together people like you who enjoy music and start a discussion on different topics like this. And of course, like the video if you enjoyed it, follow me on Twitter at BlackySpeakz, and I'm out.